A spark hides in cold wood. Then, with a turn of the fire drill, it bursts into flame. But where was the fire before it appeared? The Vedic sages named this phenomenon Agni, not just to label fire, but to capture its secret. Something hidden, waiting, brought forth through a mysterious process. Why did they choose Agni, and what did they see in that name beyond what we see in the flames? Agni isn't just a word for fire. In Sanskrit, its very form encodes deeper meaning. The suffix ni marks not a passive thing, but an agent, one who acts. Compare Indra's Ra, the enduring force, to Agni's Ni, the bringer, the catalyst. Vani, another name for Agni, comes from the root va, to carry. Agni as the carrier. But Ag itself? Yaska, the earliest Sanskrit etymologist, gave many readings. The one brought to the front, the flickering one, the shining, leading one. Etymology here is not a puzzle with one answer, but a cluster of insights about what fire does. The surprise is how old and wide the name runs. Agni's root shows up in Latin, ignis, fire, and in Lithuanian, ugnis, Old Slavic, ogoni. The word is ancient, but in Sanskrit it became a map of qualities: to carry, to purify, to blaze, to consume, to know. Look at Agni's names in the Vedas. Some describe function. Vani, the carrier. Havyavahana, the one who brings offerings. Hotri, the pourer. Purohita, the one placed in front. Some describe transformation. Pavaka, the purifier. Suchi, the bright. Jvalana, the blazing. Anala, the insatiable. And some, unexpectedly, describe knowing. Jata Vedas, the knower of all that is born. Vaishvanara, belonging to all men. Agni is not just the fire you see. He is the witness, the mouth, the one who knows and connects. This isn't poetry layered over fact. The very first verse of the Rigveda names Agni as Purohita, Deva, Ritvija, Hota, Ratnadatama, the priest placed at the front, the god of sacrifice, the invoker, the best bestower of treasure. Not a biography, but a list of roles, each a function, each a property. The Vedic name is a teaching. But the stories go further. Where does Agni hide before the fire is kindled? In the two fire sticks, the Aranis, he is latent, unseen, until friction reveals him. The story says, fire was already there, sleeping in the wood. Every birth of Agni is a rediscovery. In another hymn, Agni is the child of waters, a contradiction. Unless you see that lightning comes from clouds, the fire drill's wood feeds on water, and fire itself emerges from what seems to oppose it. Agni is the messenger, but also the one pursued and hidden. The Devas seek him out, hidden in water and plants, and coax him back with promises. He is brought down by Matarishvan and entrusted to the Bhrigu clan, mirroring how fire-making technology passed into human hands, held by priestly lineages across generations. He sits in three places: sun in the sky, lightning in the storm, fire on the altar. One phenomenon, three appearances. The tradition extends Agni into the body. As Vaishvanara in the Gita, fire is digestion, transforming food into life. In the Upanishads, the five fires cycle through rain, food, seed, and embryo. Each stage a transformation, each altar a crossing of boundaries. But why is Agni also Jata Vedas, the one who knows all that is born? The answer is hidden in the Sanskrit root vid, to know, to find, to be found. Jata Vedas means not just the knower, but the one in whom all things can be found, who is present in every birth, who has seen everything come into being. In this language, to know is to witness, to be present at the transformation. Fire reveals what is hidden. Metallurgy, trial by fire. Only by burning can you see what an object holds inside. Every transformation by fire gives off light, so you not only change what is offered, but you see, you know. Agni is the analyst and the witness, the courier who must know what is carried, the purifier who is never contaminated. Even perception is described as a kind of fire. Sight, hearing, and speech are all altars in the Upanishads. To perceive is to take in the world, transform it, and carry it across the boundary between outer and inner. Knowledge itself is likened to fire in the Gita. As fire reduces fuel to ash, so the fire of knowledge reduces karma. So Agni's names are not random. They encode what fire does: carry, transform, purify, and know. The stories are not simple myths, but ways of stating that fire is both the agent of change and the witness of what is changed. If you only see flames, you miss the secret. In naming Agni, the Vedic sages named a principle: the force that transforms and knows, that connects all things by changing them. In every fire, they saw more than heat and light. They saw a map of the world's power to become and to know itself through transformation. That's the story encoded in the name Agni, a story still flickering in every spark, waiting to be seen.